All right, you guys, so this is going to be a ton of information, a ton of different things coming at you. So please feel free to rewatch this if you need to. I'm going to put it up on my YouTube either tonight or tomorrow. We're going to go through kind of our most commonly asked questions about Host-to-Post. We want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered and you can watch this and be like, okay, I know how to do Host-to-Post. I know how to master it, because once you master Host-to-Post, you can do anything. Truly, like once you master Host-to-Post, you can grow your network, you can sign customers, you can sign distributors, you can promote, you can do all of the things just with Host-to-Post. That's how I've done every single promotion for my account, my husband's account. It's always Host-to-Post. So, Lindsay, do you want to start us off and just kind of share like what is Host-to-Post?
Yeah, so Host-to-Post, you guys, is like super simple. Like once, if you like don't know what it is, once you find out what it is, you're like, oh, duh. But basically, you're just asking someone else to put up a post on their wall for you. So it's a person that's not a distributor, and they're kind of doing you a favor. They're not a distributor, but by them getting that post up on their wall, it's tapping into their network. So that's why this is a good thing to do, because if you're feeling like, oh, like nobody from my friends list is commenting on my post, or everyone I'm talking to isn't interested, or everybody on my friends list is broke. Okay, well, this is a way to get out there and reach people who aren't in your network, and to start expanding your network. Does that make sense? Courtney, I don't know. I don't want to get too, I don't know how like much I'm supposed to get into it, but okay, perfect.
You're good. Sometimes people are just like, but what is it? Like, I don't even understand. It's literally like the most simple thing, but it's the best thing.
It's like, oh, I thought of this. It's like somebody wearing a shirt for like a restaurant. Like, how some restaurants like sell shirts and people wear those shirts out and about, and then people are like, oh, like that shirt, like, have you eaten there? Or, whatever. It's a way to get people to advertise for you. And you might see it's called Host-to-Post or HAP, HAP. So that's the same thing, HAP or Host-to-Post.
Yep. And it's kind of like the best way I can describe it is, y'all remember back in the day, like if your mom had like a Tupperware party or a Mary Kay party or whatever, because it's like introducing that consultant to your mom's friends. That's kind of like what Host-to-Post is on social media. As people are posting for us, introducing us to their friends. So we're going to talk about the first question that we get, and we did a survey, and like literally, I think more than half of the questions were, how do we get Host-to-Post up? Right? So there are three main ways. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, you guys, multiple times off and on throughout this Zoom. Please stop me if you have any questions, if anything isn't making sense. But I'm going to show you guys the different options, and I'm going to use, Lindsay, do you want me to use the team board like from Next Level, or do you want me to use like my board?
Whatever you want. I mean, I feel like, if you use the team board, like everybody might know what you're.
Yeah, because I mean, like my team has my board, and I can share that with you too. So
Whatever.
We'll use both. We'll see what I feel like. I just want to
We
make,
can get to work. How about we say that?
yeah, right. Is it not working?
Well, no, we can see it. Like you're
Okay,
screen sharing, but you know how stuff is.
I do, unfortunately. Okay, so
Papa John's pizza, so we know what Courtney had for dinner.
hey, it was 2 days ago and it was delicious. Okay, so this is the first thing. You might hear people talk about this as a bait post, a giveaway post, whatever you want to call it. It is basically posting on your page something about how we're giving away money and then telling them to do something if they want to be entered. Okay, so simple. So this one, y'all can copy this, use different emojis or whatever. I copied this from Ashton. Y'all, there are so many out there. Okay, so this is the first option. Like I said, this is called a bait post, giveaway post, whatever you want to call it. So let me show you guys. So what you'll do is I will like the comment when I message it, so that when I'm going back through, if I see this like, I know that I have messaged them. Okay, so I'll go and I'll message her. And I'm going to go to the team board. Okay, do you guys see this folder called Host-to-Post with like people shaking hands? Okay, so you're going to go to conversation flow, right? And this number one ask is what we're going to go through first. Okay, So this is when they commented on your post, you're going to send this. Okay. Ask. They commented on your post right here. Okay. So that's the first option, is the bait post. The second option is just messaging. The way that I like to do this is to go through my friends list. You can go through your active people. So you can click like people right here. These are all your active people. So you can click whoever you want to, right? And you can go back to boards, go back to the green light. She just posted for me, so I'm not going to send it. But it just comes up with this and you can send this. So this is another great way. For me personally, I want to make sure that I send out 75 of these messages a day, because I like massive action with massive results, right? Like I like when my inbox is flowing. If you're kind of doing this on the side for 50 to 100 bucks a month, you don't need to send 75 messages a day. If you're wanting a full-time income, you do need to put that effort in. So that is messaging for Hostapost. The third way you can get some Hostapost up, there's more things that you can do apart from this, but is something called a giveaway Hostapost or a giveaway HAP. Okay, this is different than your bait post. So this is something that someone else would post for you. Okay, so here's one that my friend Amanda did for me. Bacon goes with blank. She's okay, right? So you guys can see what this is. So what I do, and this is in my board, is I will message or reply to their comment. And I say, hi, I'm the friend Courtney. Please make sure we're friends and message me saying get February so I can get you entered, right? And I'll just go down. I don't answer people that are stupid, right? Y'all just see this. So it's not just you that gets stupid comments, okay? It happens on everybody's Hostapost. It's just normal, okay? I just pretend they don't happen, to be honest, okay? So I just go through, and this way I'll have people that send me friend requests, which is what? Doing my network, okay? Growing my network. And then they're messaging me saying February, which gets me a Hostapost, okay? It also tells Facebook, hey, Courtney's a real person. People are messaging her. So that is the other way. The only other option that I like to get Hostapost up, you guys, is how many of you put a 1 in the chat is have ever talked to someone and they're like, hey, I don't have money right now, right? I don't have money right now. I'm going to put in the chat right now, you guys, my favorite message to send, and hopefully it'll let me send it, that I send whenever someone says, oh, I don't have money right now. I send this, and I would say half of them say yes. And it's so great and it's so easy. Okay. So I say this, I'm putting it in the chat. If you are what? Access to file? What? All right, Lindsay, I'm going to send this to you. Can you put this in the chat? I don't know. It says that my access to my file, even though I'm copying and pasting something, isn't working. But basically it says, I totally understand. I can definitely check back with you another time. While we're talking, if you're interested, in my girlfriends and I do giveaways every month for our Facebook friends. We're giving away $1,600 this month. If you want to get your name entered in, all we ask is for you to post a status on your wall. I'll send you the post. Would you want to get entered into that? Super easy. So that is what I send to people who, and that I send that to people who say no about the business and people who say no about the products or not right now or whatever. So, Lindsay, do you want to talk about kind of like what to do after someone will post a Hostapost for you?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to put
Still
that in
not
the chat.
working?
I don't know. I'll have to do it in a second. I can't talk and do that at the same time. So I'll do it in a second. So after we're talking about what someone does after they post for you.
Like what to do after. So like how to save it to a collection, notification,
Oh yeah.
ask them, all that
Oh,
stuff.
like, so, okay. Sorry. I was listening and doing that, but yes. So say the person posts for you and then, oh, this is my favorite thing. Sorry. I'm looking at my notes too. So yeah, like after someone puts up the post for me, like there's a couple of different things. Like some people will save it to collection, the post, as far as like a tracking method. So like if to do that, say, I don't even know, Courtney, if you can share, should we share our screen to show people how to do this? but while she's getting that pulled up, one of the other things that I do, so say someone posts for you, instead of just saying thank you, keep it up until the end of the month, I'll reply if people comment and then kind of be done with it. I always bring up the option to be a distributor to them. And I didn't used to do this. And I actually kick myself now because I didn't. Because you guys, like, it's such a perfect way to kind of go into the conversation. And because they already put up a post for you, they kind of like understand a little bit of what we do. So, and I know I saw in the survey question, somebody said, oh, if their post blows up and you want to ask them about being a distributor. You guys, like, I ask everybody. Their post does not have to blow up for me to bring up the opportunity, because guess what? Like, and I had this conversation with a girl yesterday because she said, well, I did it, but you're the only one that commented, but I would be open to more info. And I'm like, look, you just put up one post one time, and like only 10% of your friends list even saw that. Like, the super important thing with this business is your consistency and putting it out there every single day. And it's important to remember, like, because even for me, 90% of my customers and distributors never liked or commented on a post of mine. They secretly were watching. So I'm like, just putting that one post up isn't really a good indicator of your interest that you're going to have. And I kind of gave the example of, if you're about to open up a new restaurant, you don't promote it one time and expect people to be blown in the door on the first day, right? You're going to be posting about it and sharing and promoting it every single day to build up that interest. So that was just kind of a good analogy. So that was something, you guys, I'm going to put in the chat. This is the message that I send to everybody now after they put up a post for me. And I just send them that. And it says at the end, the question is key. Can I send you info? It's not even, does it sound like something you want to do? Or would you want to give this a shot? Would you want to partner with me? It's just saying, would you want to give info? And it's crazy the amount of people that will say, sure, send me info. And, maybe the conversation doesn't go beyond that. However, a lot of the distributors that I've signed more recently, it's from that message, because people don't even realize that this is an option. Courtney, you're muted.
I was literally talking like multiple times.
I know, I can see you over there. I thought this is awkward.
You guys, you never know who is going to be interested. And you would hate if, and I've done this, you guys, and I kick myself every time, people that have posted for me religiously, that I'm like, oh my God, we've been friends for 5 years. If they were interested, they would do this. And then I see them join someone else and I'm like, great. So don't do that. Okay. So just ask people, how many of you have struggled saying, oh, I struggle getting distributors, right? Sometimes it feels hard, but if you're getting 10 host to post up and asking 10 people a day to join your team, you're going to sign distributors. I guarantee, if you get 10 host posts up a day and ask every single person to join your team, I guarantee you will sign at least one distributor by the end of the month. 100%. So I want to share with you guys a couple different things that I do to stay organized. The other thing, you guys, if you like pen and paper, you can just write down people that post for you.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like old school, you guys, like notebook every month. At the beginning of the month, I put February host to post and I just write my names out. And I even started like dating them too, so that even for myself, I can even like keep track of, like, because I'm really trying to be like disciplined and being getting 10 up a day. So that way I can definitely keep track of how many I'm getting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was laughing at Lindsay at conference. She brought out her notebook and I was like, how many times has this been used? It looked all raggedy. But listen, it got her to Presidential Diamond, so she's doing something right. So I want to share with you guys some quick little organization tips. Also, I saw someone ask, how do you get all those things on boards? That is my personal board that I have narrowed down into, like, the Luminary Leaders board has that message that I used in there, Joni, but it doesn't have all the other nonsense. So I took out all the stuff that you don't need. I'm just a pack rat and don't like to erase things. So the first thing that you guys can do is see these 3 dots right here. If you click on that, this is my cousin Molly, so we're just going to pretend this is a post. So the first thing you're going to do is right here, you're going to click on turn on notifications for this post. Okay. Then you're going to click these 3 dots again. And you're going to click right here, this little bookmark that says save post. Okay. If you have not yet created a collection, you guys will see mine here that says February 23 host haps. If you have not done that, you're going to click this new collection, type February 2023 haps, only me. And then you're going to click create. Every time after that, you're going to just click this and then it's saved there. Okay, so then you can go to the menu down here at the bottom right. You will click save, which are these bookmarks. It might be anywhere in here, but it should be in one of these, okay? And then you're gonna click February 23 Haps. And this is all of your host to post for the month, okay? So that is that. The other thing that I do, and Lindsay, this is probably gonna give you a headache, but if y'all have any green personality in you or you like things to be organized, I'm gonna show you what I do when people comment on, I got a lot up and like nobody was commenting on these. So this is good for you guys to see. It's so normal to get up a ton of host posts. Here's my 5th one for that day with no comments, right? And that's okay. 6th one, like it happens, but then you'll get ones that get 2 or 3 or whatever. Okay. So right now I cannot message people. So this is not working great. But so what I do when someone comments, I will like their comment. I'll go to their page and I'll send a friend request. Okay. So she deleted it. So what I would do is I would unlike it so that I know that I had, if I see the comment and it's unliked, then I know that she had deleted the friend request. So I don't need to worry about her anymore. Okay.
Oh my God, you're so nice. Cause I would totally send it again.
That's too much work. I do not do that. You can, y'all, if you want to be my guest, do it again. But the other thing that I do is, so like, say it was liked and say I went to her page and she had accepted my friend request, I would go ahead and message her. And we're going to talk about that in a second, what to do once host to post gets comments. But then I would switch it from a like. So I press and hold on that like, right? And I would switch it to the heart. So then I know when I'm looking at these messages, since this says love and it's pink or red or whatever color this is, I know that I have already messaged her. So I don't even need to click on her name to see if she accepted my friend request. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can I say something really quick?
Yes, absolutely.
So, and I was going to say too, like you guys, like you can totally, you'll find your own groove. Like even how Courtney just showed, like how I like the comment as well. Like that's kind of my tracker to know. And then I send them a friend request and I don't wait for them to accept my friend request before I message them. But like I literally simultaneously hit add friend, then go send a message. And like it's not a right or wrong thing. Like either way, you'll just get your system of how like you do things. So once you get your groove, understand if it's working for you, you do what works for you. Like this is really like the road, like I don't know, like the map or kind of like the rough like outline of how to do this, because like, you want to do the host post every day. You don't just be like, oh well, I'm just gonna put a a bait post, or oh I'm just gonna tell them to message me and just I'm trying. No, like you want to follow what we're doing, but some of the steps can kind of be moved around. And like when Courtney was showing the collections, like that's important either to track them by writing them down or track them in the collections, because you want to make sure that you're going back to those posts and looking for comments. Like it's not just, oh, we're doing this because they're going to get entered in the giveaway and we want to say we got all these hosts to post up. Like, no, like you want to make sure that you're going back to the post. And if they have comments, you want to make sure you're reaching out. And like, I'm still checking on them like days after they post it, because people can still be commenting days later. So that's why it's important that we're tracking them. So that's just an easy way to go back and look through the post.
Yeah. And I usually like once a week, we'll try to get through click on and look at every host to post from that month, because I'm always surprised. There's one from like 3 weeks ago that'll get a comment and I'm like, what? I don't even understand where you even saw this post from, but that does happen. So you want to just make sure you're kind of checking on them. Sue asked, what do you say to people when they don't want to post because they haven't tried the products? I say, no problem. Do you want to post about my giveaway instead? And if they say no, then I say, no problem. Have a good day. And I message more people.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, people are weird. Like I joined the business without trying the products, but some people are just weird. So just no problem. Do you want to post about the giveaway? If they say no, just move on and don't worry about it. So,
and whenever I have people say that too, sometimes like I'll say like, that's totally fine, but just say, this is what the post would look like, or you're not actually going to be posting that you're using it. Like, I don't know. I just sometimes will even send the post and be like, no worries. Like, this is actually what the post would be. If you change your mind, you can throw it up. Like, because I feel like sometimes people like don't understand like what we're going to even have them say. It's not, you're not saying I'm using it, but like Courtney said, it's kind of like you don't spend too much time on that part. You just want to keep moving forward and asking new people.
Yeah. So the next thing that we got asked a lot and that we want to go over is kind of like what to do when someone comments on the host post. And we kind of just shared that a little bit with like the liking, loving. You want to make sure the main things that we want to do, and y'all, there's different things in the boards that you can look at. And if you need help with like specific conversations, because there's tons of different things that you can have people post. But the main things you want to do, you guys, is you want to send them a friend request and you want to get in their inbox. I am so envious that Lindsay can message people. I am currently blocked from even messaging my friends. Okay. So like I cannot message people that are not friends with me. I have not been able to for 7 or 8 months now. And that's just Facebook. Facebook just does random things and you just kind of have to like roll with the punches. So those are the main things that you want to do. You want to send a friend request and you want to get talking to them. As far as I'm going to show, and Lindsay, I'll share my board with you so that if your team asks about it, and you guys, there's different things that it's probably on the team board too. I just know how my board works for this. Let me just find. Okay, so I can't actually message her because currently, oh, okay, this is the girl. Whatever. She doesn't trust PayPal or prepaid cards or debit cards or credit, and literally anything. Okay. But so what I do, so in our board, so she commented on a Gummy host a post. Okay. So this is what my board looks like. So you're going to click this, commented on Gummy's hat. This first thing is what to comment back to their comment. Okay. So there's 8 options. You just click one and send it. For me, once they accept my friend request, or if you're Lindsay and you can send it right away, you're going to click this hello. Hey, thanks for commenting, right? Blah, 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 blah. And you're just going to go through the conversation. Okay. That's it. We're going to go through same thing with, same thing on a giveaway post, right? Comment to them when they message you. This is what you send. Y'all, we made it so simple in our boards, commented on distributor host a post, blah, 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 blah. Okay. If you're using our team board, there are product scripts in here. So if they commented on a Gummies host post, you can click Gummies. Here's the first message, right? You can just go through and there's no magical script. There's no magical words. It's just talking to as many people, right? Because the way that I like to explain this is like, if you were a server and so I used to be a server and you go to a table and every time after they're done eating, did you want dessert? They say no, that doesn't mean that they hate you and the desserts are horrible and that no one will ever want a dessert, right? Your job is to ask them if they'd like a dessert. So just because your first 7 tables say no, doesn't mean your 8th table won't be like, yeah, give me the Oreo pie and the cinnamon roll, or I don't know, whatever, right? You guys know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we take it so personally if we talk to someone and they say no. And that's okay. Our job isn't to make them say yes. Our job is to just talk to people. And if you're getting a lot of people to say no, first make sure you're using the scripts, right? Whether it's from our team board or whatever, make sure you're using the scripts. And if you're not getting yeses, chances are you're not talking to enough people. Because if you're only talking to one person a day, well, you're definitely gonna get a lot less customers than someone like Lindsay or I, where we talk to 10 to 20 to 30 people a day, right? So it's just a numbers game. So same thing here, you guys, host to post, conversation flow, all these different things, okay? So Lindsay, do you want to talk about like the different kinds of, or like what to have people post? I guess I can just share it from here. Right, so in the team board, if you go to host a post, you can click post examples and there's a ton in here. Y'all, literally, it does not matter. Just get people to post, okay? Here are giveaway options.
I mean, realistically, it's like could be a post that you've done before yourself on your own page.
Yeah.
That you're having them post for you. Like there's
matter.
like I feel like keeping it simple and like basic, you're not putting it works out there, you're just saying, and like you'll see the Gummies ones, I feel like gets a ton of comments, and it's just like if you could chew 4 gummies a day and target your waistline and lose weight or whatever it says, I can't remember, would you do it? Just something like that. the cleanse one was always a big one. Now, there's a slimmer one. There's a lot of different ones, but they're on the boards. But
Yeah.
yes, and like
and if you're just starting out with Host to Post, don't overwhelm yourself and be like, I'm gonna do a gummies one, I'm gonna do a cleanse one, I'm gonna do a TFX one, I'm gonna do a business one, I'm gonna do a slimmer one. Literally, I tell my new distributors, I want you to get up only gummies Host to Post until you're like, I can do this like the back of my hand. And you understand that, because then it's not as confusing to understand, okay, I go through this, right? But if you're trying to have a gummies conversation and a cleanse conversation, and ThermoFight X, it gets super overwhelming. I still to this day will only do opportunity, giveaway, and then weight loss, gummies, like either general weight loss or gummies. I don't really stray from that because I know that works for me. And sometimes it's so easy to be like, well, I got up one gummy Host to Post and no one commented on it. Well, y'all just saw 7 of mine that got no comments. Well, then I don't remember her name. Otherwise, I'd show y'all. I got up with this same exact Host Post, same wording, same picture, and she got over 40 comments, right? It's not the Host to Post that's the problem. It's the numbers game, like I said. So Lindsay, you want to talk about what you do if people don't post for you? Like if they say they're going to post, but they don't.
Tell them they're dumb and thanks for nothing. No, just kidding. So you guys, like, I mean, there's a couple different things you can do, but sometimes I just don't do anything. I don't sweat it. Like if they don't, because we have those people, like we all have those people that comment, we message them and say, hey, I saw all you have to do is do this. Sure, send me the post, and we send it and they don't put it up. Like I have that too. Like it's annoying. So, sometimes I just don't sweat it and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just going to ask new people I'll say this in a second. I'll ask new people, or I'll message them again, maybe like a day or something later and just be like, hey, is that post okay? Or would you rather I send you something else? Or, oh, hey, did you get that post up? I didn't see it when I went to your page. Just kind of playing stupid. And a lot of the times the people will be like, oh my gosh, like, no, sorry, I got busy. Or they'll say they just still won't respond. But you guys, like, I don't let that get me down. Like I don't count those as my Host to Post for the day. Like I'm making sure people are getting them up. But the thing is like, I also don't stress it because I have people that sometimes are like, yeah, I'm going to post it. And they put it up days later just because they got busy, they got distracted, whatever it was. So, I mean, but I'm always asking more people. Like I'm not getting bogged down. I'm not like, okay, I sent my 20 messages for today, I'm not messaging anyone else. No, like I'm always going and asking different people, but I don't let it get to me. I don't let it bother me. And it is annoying. It is like, you told me you were going to post and you didn't, but I don't get mad. I don't get nasty and be like, hey, what the heck? You said you were going to post, you didn't put that up. I'm just like, hey, is that post okay? Or I just move it along.
Yeah. And you guys, like Lindsay said, don't let that get to you because that's so normal for me. I cannot even tell you how many people I've sent a post to and they didn't post. I'll check in the next day. Hey, did you get that posted? I don't want to miss your entry. That's literally all I send. And if they don't answer, fine. But you guys, you can't rely on, it's not like you send out one message and they say yes, and then that's one Host to Post, because usually that's not really how it works. For me, my numbers are like, if I send 75 Host to Posts, 15 to 25 are going to say that they're going to post for me, and 5 to 10 actually will. Okay. But sometimes we get so used to like, we get so in our head of like, okay, wait, but Sally said she was going to post for me. So there's one. And then Lisa said she was going to post for me. So there's 2. I don't count anyone as a Host to Post for that day until I see it posted. Because otherwise I think my work is done when it's not. Because we might go to like, it be 9 o'clock and be like, well, Sally, Lisa, and Lindsay all said they're going to post for me, so I'm good. But if they don't, your work isn't done. You didn't get anything posted. Okay. And the other thing that we hear all the time, and you guys, these are questions that we got that I just want to give you a hug and say it's normal. But someone said, what if people comment on a Host to Post and accept my friend request and then they don't answer a message? It happens all the time. Okay. So you want to know what I do? If I send someone a message and they read it and don't respond, I'll check back and say in 2 days and say, hey, did I catch you at a bad time yesterday or the other day? Half people will respond, half of them won't. But guess what? They're on my friends list now. So as I'm going through my friends list, they're going to be asked if they want to do a Host to Post for me, but they're also on my friends list. So they're going to see my post about my giveaway. They're going to see my post about my products. They're going to see my post about my opportunity. And I cannot tell you how many times people have ignored my first message and then they'll comment on a post about the same product. They'll comment on my post about it. I'm like, hey, me again, tried to give you information about this 6 months ago, but you didn't want to answer me. I don't actually say that, but that's what I'm thinking in my head because I'm like, hello, ding dong. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy. I was just trying to give you the info that you asked for. But not everyone wants to answer, and that's okay. And that's normal. The only thing you guys can do in this business is what you can control, right? So what can you control? You can control how many people you message. You can control at what point you say, I'm done for the day, right? I got my host post up for the day. But you can't control how many people comment on it. You can't control how many people answer your messages, right? So that's why I personally, the only things that I look at is, did I get up 10 host to posts today? Because I know my numbers. If I get up 10 host to posts every day, I'm going to be around where I want to be for my enrollments. And if I want more enrollments, you know what I do? I send more host to post messages to get up more host to posts. I don't go to Lindsay and say, hey, Lindsay, so I want to enroll more people, but I already sent out 5 host to post messages today. Because so many times people are looking for the secret sauce or the secret answer. We can wave a magical wand to make you enroll people. And truly the only thing that we can tell you to do is to double your efforts, to triple your efforts, to do more, right? Because if you're only getting 1 host to post every 2 days, right? Well, then it's going to take you 20 days to get up 10 host to posts. But you're comparing yourself to me, who got up those 10 host posts, not in 20 days, but in 1 day, right? So then my enrollments are going to be 20 times yours. So it's not that you suck at the business or you're not meant to do this or your network doesn't want it or whatever, right? I'm just choosing to do more than you are. So if you want more enrollments, you have to put more effort in. And that's really what host to post comes down to. So I hope we kind of answered questions. Lindsay, is there anything else you wanted to go over? Does anyone else have any other questions you want to put in the chat that we can answer?
Yeah, I was kind of just looking through the questions you had sent me earlier about stuff that because someone even asked like how often we put giveaway posts up on our page. Shoot, you guys, like honestly, like me, like I used to do like multiple times a month. Like I would go through my comments and then put up another one, and I just put one up earlier, but like really, like my way of getting host to post up is going to my friends list and asking people.
Yep.
Like and I just feel like I'm just getting a totally, because like by doing that, I'm like not missing a person, and I'm getting people that usually never ever comment on posts of mine.
Yeah.
So I really like doing it that way. But I did just put up a giveaway post because I do feel like if you're someone newer or just getting started with host to post, the giveaway posts are a great way to kind of dip your toe in to the host to post pool, and you get a little taste of like what this is all about. And then you'll get more comfortable with it and kind of use different ways of getting them up.
Yeah, my bait posts are like my extras. Like my bait posts, I use, honestly, the way I use them is if I've sent out like 125 messages, 150, and I'm still not at 10, then I go to my bait post because those people like legit ask for the giveaway. Like I do not look at my bait post unless it's like 9 p.m. Like I'm going to look at my bait post tonight because I only have up 2 host to post today. It's been a crazy day. So I'm going to go there because I need to get up at least 5 before I go to bed, right? I do not use my bait post as, oh, that's where all my host posts are coming from, because I just can't count on that. Y'all, I have 50 comments on it, which is a good number, but I would go through that in a day, right? That's not sustainable. But what can I do? I can look at my friends list and I can message person after person after person after person, right? And you might be thinking, oh, that's annoying, or oh, that's a lot of work. First off, I don't really care if I'm annoying. I get texts every single day from companies just because I went on, there's a website, y'all, that sells like baby swaddles. It's called Copper Pearl. I don't even know how they have my phone number, okay? But if I go on their website, I legit get a text that says like, we saw you checking out our stuff. We are 5-star, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, homegirl, how do you have my phone number? Okay. So I think of it the same way when I'm messaging someone for host posts. You're my friend on Facebook, which means I can message you, which means we're connected somehow, right? And if they get mad and they're like, don't message me, I'm like, cool, I'm going to unfriend you, because then I have another spot on my Facebook friends list to add somebody else. Okay. So don't think of messaging as annoying or bothering people, because you're not. Hello, you're giving them an entry into $1,600 for putting up a post, for copying and pasting. Like, stop feeling like this is such a hard thing for people to do, or you're so bothersome, right? It's not. And if you feel like it's a lot of work, sorry, y'all. If you want to okay, how many of you put a 2 in the chat if you want to make $2,000 a month? Put a 2 in the chat. Okay. If you want to make $2,000 a month, you need to be willing to put the work in. It's not going to come just from you being like, I'm going to talk to 5 people today and hope for the best. Right? You guys look at me, or you look at Lindsay, or you look at whoever and be like, oh, I wish I could make what they make, or I wish I could have their team, or I wish I could do that. Okay. Well, I know for a matter of fact, Lindsay and I send 75 to 200 messages a day, every single day, for Host to Post. Or at least enough to get to a point that we're like, okay, we have Host to Post going. We don't send 5 to 10 Host to Post messages and be like, well, that's all I can do for today. Lindsay's laughing because she doesn't send 75 to 200. She sends like 25 to 50. But Lindsay's network's better than mine. They like her more than me. But you guys, we don't do the bare minimum, right? Because we don't want the bare minimum paychecks. So if you want those bigger paychecks, or you want whatever, you guys, you have to be willing to put the work in. So don't rely on your bait post. That's my point, okay? Because I've heard from so many of you that are like, oh my gosh, my bait posts are horrible. And I'm like, I don't even know how many are on my bait posts because I don't really use it. Like, I don't know, because that's not my job is my job. And at the end of the day, sending messages on Facebook is a heck of a lot easier than 99% of the jobs in the world, right? Let's be real. We want to be spoiled where it's just like Host posts come out of thin air and we can talk to 10 people and get up 10 Host to posts. But when it comes down to it, we get paid really, really well for a really, really easy job. Okay.
Well, you guys, yeah. And you have to remember, like, the Host to Post is like a tool to help us build our business, to help us be more successful. Because when I first started this, like, we didn't have Host to Post. You know what I mean? And it's like crazy now that we have this as a tool, because I remember when I joined and I was like, I don't even know if anyone I know is going to like be interested in these products. And, you know, it's just crazy now, like, that we have this. And so, like, my biggest tip for you guys too is make sure you're utilizing it. Like, I remember, like, I was super hesitant to do Host to Post because I thought I was going to look lame. I was like, oh my gosh, people are going to be like, wow, she must have a hard time like promoting her business if she's like asking us to like post for her. However, like, and that was in my head. That was so dumb, right? But I saw all these other people like talking about it and how Host to Post was changing their business. And like, I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? Like, what if that really did like change my business? And like, what if they are right? Like, all these other people, like, can they really be, maybe I'm the stupid one, you know? So I started doing it and I was literally kicking myself because I was like, what the heck? And I'm like, what was I so afraid of? Like, all I'm doing is asking people to share something about my business. Like, I just want to spread the word. Like, and look at it like this, like, I'm so excited about this and what I have my hands on. Like, I just want to tell every single person I can. That's not possible. So I can just ask other people to help me do that. Mm-hmm. And so you guys, like, and if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like these numbers are overwhelming or whatever, like, guess what? Like, if you're happy with how your business is going, you keep doing what you're doing. Like, when Courtney's saying you have to do more if you want more, we're talking to those of you that are sitting here saying like, I want more money. And you're complaining and you feel like, gosh, I'm not getting enough Host posts. I'm not talking to enough people. We're talking to you guys that really want to go up to the next level. And if you're not that person, that's okay. Like, we get to work our business the way we want to. But if you're someone who's saying like, I want to make this much money and I'm not going to be happy until I do, then you've got to be doing like more. You've got to be like doubling your efforts and talking to more people every single day and doing it consistently. Because if you do that, like, it's so silly, but like Host to Post can change like everything. Because like Courtney, I mean, if you're getting Host posts up, then you're talking to people about the business. You know, you got something about the product out there. You're growing your network. When you're talking to people that commented on those posts, you're doing follow-ups. Like, all of our daily tasks can come off of a Host to Post. But just think about it. If you get up 10 Host posts a day and you ask all 10 of those people to do the business, Like, who here is already talking to 10 people a day about the business? How many of you already asked 10 people a day to do business with you? Probably not everybody. And I'll admit, like, I didn't before either. But I feel like for me, it's less pressure. Like, I don't, like, it's just like part of my system. Oh, you put up the post and I ask you this message. I put up the post and I don't get my feelings hurt if they tell me no or if they don't do it. Like, this is my part of my system. Like, this is how I'm asking. But I can tell you right now, if you start doing that, it's going to feel so freaking cool when you have that person be like, yeah, send me info. And then you can go to the boards and you can get the info. But like, it's exciting. And it's like, even if they don't even like sign up, you're just like, oh my God, like, okay, wow, I'm having these conversations. Like, and that starts getting fun. And it starts becoming addicting, but you have to start doing it. You have to do it consistently. You can't do it one day and be like, oh, well, I tried. I did what Courtney and Lindsay said on that Zoom and I did these things and nobody commented, like, at least I tried. No, the difference between those who are not successful and those who are is that even when things aren't going our way or we're not getting the responses we want, we keep doing it. Okay. Like every single day, like Courtney just showed you guys all of her posts that didn't even get a comment. If she stopped because that happened, she would have stopped a long time ago. So
I would have been quit 4 years ago, y'all.
yeah, but because she didn't, then she gets to the person that puts up 40. Like, all it takes is one post to change your business. But
y'all, I had an opportunity host a post get over 300 comments. 300 comments. And y'all want to know how many host posts I got up that day? Because I was so mad. 21. 21 that day because I had so many host posts and I was like, no one's commenting on anything. And I was like, I remember texting a girl that's a friend of mine in the business. And I was like, I'm literally just going to keep getting a post until one gets a comment. Like I was like, I don't know what else to do. Right. And then that one got over 300. And I was like, well, shoot, I only asked for one, but I'll take 300. And I want to say, you guys, I know that Lindsay and I might be kind of intense for you. Like, we might be like in your face, but I just want you to know, like, as long as your goals are matching your efforts, you're good. So if you're like, I just want to make 50 to $100 a month, you might be good getting 1 to 2 host posts up a day. But what we're like trying to not yell at you, but be a little intense about, it's for those of you that want 2,000 plus a month, but are still good getting up maybe 1 to 2 a day, because those don't match. So sorry, Lindsay, I cut you off.
no, you're okay. And like the things that we say, they're not mandatory. It's not like if you don't do these things, you get fired. Like, we want to make sure as leaders on this team, we give you guys the best tools we can. We give you guys the best advice that we can. Like, we wouldn't be happy with ourselves if we didn't. It wouldn't be fair to you guys if we didn't. So we just want you guys to know that, you know, if you want to do those things, you can do it, but you got to be a little crazy for a while to like make those things happen. But yeah, like, and Courtney said, like, you know, she did all those and got that one up that had that many. Like, imagine if she would have stopped after 2, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're going to find those people that do get a ton of comments, or even that a handful that get 2, 3, 4. But unfortunately, we also have to go through the ones that get nothing. Okay. So that's just part of it. There's a really good book. This is also a book called Go for No. It's like on Amazon. It's super short. It's a very easy read, but it's called Go for No. And really, it's just talking about, you want to get no's. Like, that's like the goal, is to, because the more no's you get, the closer you're going to get to the yeses, and the more yeses you're going to get. So I always love that book. So I always try to think about that with my host a post. But
Yeah.
you know, I just really want you, like, and I know somebody said that they were nervous. Like, don't be nervous about doing this. Like, I've never had anyone be mean to me because I asked them to put up a post for me. Like, either they don't respond, or like I had a lady today when she was like, I'm sorry, but no, I can't do that. No worries. Thank you. Have a great day. Because I get it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Like, we have to know, like, if you had someone come up to you, like in the grocery store, and was like, hey, would you want to listen to my speech about blah, 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 or hey, can I get your signature on this thing? You know, it's not like, you know, it's like, this is totally random. No, thank you. And it's just like, okay, whatever, they buzz along. But you never know who you're going to ask. Like, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. That's what I always think. So just don't take it personally. It's not an attack against you. It's just something they're not going to do, and you just move along. Sorry, I'll quit rattling. Courtney, I do want to say really quick, someone asked in the chat how to create their own board. And I know really quick, like, if you go to the boards, there's an option that says create board.
At the bottom.
do you like copy and paste like what you want from like an existing board first and then put it in your new one?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay, that was the last thing I wanted to say, but I wanted to do it to the end because it wasn't really a host to post direct.
But I forgot about that book. That's why I was like looking because I have it and I don't know where it is. You guys, it's seriously, it's such a good book, but
And it's so short.
it's you'll read it in a day or two, but it's just a mindset thing. And you guys, it's so interesting how strong your mindset is, because when I get no's, I know that I used to get bothered when I would send out a host post message and they'd say no. You know what I do now? And this is only disclaimer, this is only because I'm just about maxed out on my friends list. I'm like, oh shoot, someone I can unfriend, and now I have a new spot to go add someone else. Like, I get excited legitimately if someone tells me no when I ask them about host posts. I'm like, heck yeah, we got room for new ones. Like, I get excited. Okay, so it's just a mindset thing. I was literally thinking, Lindsay and I with two other girls were sitting at conference and a news reporter came up, okay, and
Oh,
asked
yeah, I
us,
heard about that
and they
too.
were like, do you want to be on the thing? And we were like, no, we do not. He didn't just go quit his job and be like, I asked one person, they said no, so I'm a horrible news reporter and no one's ever going to want to do this. Right? That's not what he did. He just went to the next group of people because that's his job. Okay. So moving on to my rant. Can y'all see this? Okay. So if you go here, you can click boards, right? So we're just going to call this test. Great. So here's my test board. So we're going to go to, this is the boards app. You're going to go to team board. Say that you want to copy these three, right? So you click up here at the top, you click select those three, and then at the bottom, you'll click copy. Okay, you cannot move it. You just click copy. You'll go back to your test and you'll click paste and they'll pop up there. Then you can do a new board or new folder, text, image, link, whatever. Okay. And you can go to different boards. And I know I have 8 million boards, just ignore them. Okay, I'm a pack rat. Like I said, I don't get rid of anything. But so you can make your own board that way. But honestly, you guys, this team board, and if you're on my team, and Lindsay, I'll send you this link too. I'll actually put it in the chat right now. These boards are set up for a reason. They have a lot of things that you can need. The only thing that I would say if you're going to make a new board, the only reason that I would make a new board would legitimately be to like switch the name in the host post so that you don't have to do that every time. Other than that, don't switch anything. Don't like everything you need is in there. So Lindsay, I'm going to send you the link and then I'm going to put it in the chat. Does anyone have any other questions before we hop off tonight? Was this helpful? Do you feel like you understand host post and how to work it and what to do more than you did before? Yes. No. Definitely. Great. Thank you, Danica. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now.